Like Fonzie.
Okay. We are now live. Okay. Recording and transcription, maybe we'll have to check that out.
You still want me to take notes?
What's that?
Still want me to take notes?
So Amy's not here. We do have an offer for a note taker.
It will not be as good as Amy's, I will tell you right now. But it will record the essentials. And
It'll be
then,
the best note taker in July.
Here's
2025.
my, the minute taker gets a copy of my director's report as well, so that helps for.
Ed said
So you
basically
really
we just
don't.
need to record the beginning, the ending, and
That's
any
all
motion.
that needs to be on it, right?
Yeah.
So
Calling the meeting to order. Do I have a second? Yes, I second. Okay, thank you.
So one thing we did talk about and Ed agreed and said we can do is when any board member is not here and an alternate is here, an alternate can come in and vote for that meeting. How we decide how it's gonna be when we have multiple alternates here or all three alternates are here.
Oh,
So I guess you guys are voting members tonight? Is that?
Because you're missing
I
3
think
voting
that's fine.
members.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So good thing it demonstrates the benefit of having some alternates.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
I passed out minute meetings from last week if you want to peruse those.
Word on the street is the camp's going well.
Yeah, now the paving's done.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
We didn't know about that until 6:30 the Monday morning of camp started, but, they're getting their groove. How's Girl Scout camp? Have you heard, do you hear from her at all?
I
No.
haven't heard anything. Yeah, no news is good news.
I asked Cedric if he missed her and he kind of looked confused, like, why would I ask you that? Why would you ask me if I missed her?
I thought you were gonna meant like, you didn't even realize she was gone.
Well, it was sort of kind of like that too.
The minutes look good to me. I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the minutes.
I will second.
Oh, okay.
Favor, aye.
Excellent, so I'll move on to my report, and I hope. First meeting went really long, last meeting went a little longer than I thought, but I hope we can keep this meeting as close to an hour as we can. It's a later meeting, and I'm sure we all would like to get home. I know I would, so we will try tonight. Enfield Rec Camp, we started week 3 yesterday. Weeks 1 and 2 were successful. Rosters are fluctuating day to day and week by week. It changes daily. The numbers are set. I have taken registration down from the website because unfortunately website does show how many slots are available and open. So I get a lot of calls from people that did not register or are not on the wait list saying, I see you have people. I have to tell them, well, I'm confirming with the 15 people on the wait list that they don't want the spot first. So I think into week 3 and looking at the numbers, knowing that a few counselors will be going back to college at the end of camps, that with our ratios and stuff, I mean, we're not at 25. We're still in the high 30s, but some weeks 40 is not the case. So, but yeah, it's going great. The new director's doing great. We're kind of, the director really is unsure about tomorrow because of the humidity and the heat is just supposed to be so darn hot that they did plan to go to the beach again tomorrow because next week our Montshires and Vins and Shaker Museum and stuff like that start up where we're traveling. So I don't know what her last plan was, if they're kind of laying low and the water's coming to us at them or what, but I'm sure she has something in play, or even if it's going to Lakeside Park for a while and playing there and then maybe crossing the bridge. We'll see. I think it'll really depend on how humid it is tomorrow. But anyways, and then it's recorded now, but the very last week of camp, we will be having a show coming to us to Hughes Park. So that'll be kind of interesting. Yeah, it'll be fun. Challenger Soccer Camp, session 2 ended last week. They had 25 campers last week, and I know they had at least 20 in the first session right after 4th of July. So right now we are, I'm signing a contract to have them back next year. And I feel those weeks are probably pretty good if they're getting 2025. I think that's kind of successful. Fortunately, the coach who's from Ireland was alone last week with all those campers because for some reason the other coach that was coming from Australia could not get in the country for whatever reason. So he was all alone. But from what I hear, it went great. Everyone had fun. So we're going to bring him back next year. Youth sailing program, session 1 was last week. That happened Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 2 to 4. Run by the sailing club. That's from a sailing club. They limited it to 6. The 6 slots have been filled and paid for way in advance. Unfortunately, we only had four people of the 6 come. And that was after 2 weeks ago confirming with all 6 of them that they would be there. So next year might do something else as far as the registration process where we can, because I feel bad. It's so limited to just 6 kids. There's 2 out there that probably didn't sign up because it was full. So we'll look at that. Session 2 will be the week of the 28th. Those 6 slots are filled. I've already confirmed with all of them that they're coming, so we'll see. It's a pretty cool program. A good range from maybe 10, well, you got to be 11 to 14-ish. They do a swim test to make sure, not so they can do the program or not, but for the instructors to kind of group the kids in the right groupings. So they do a little swim test, and they get right out there, and it was fun to watch. So pretty cool program. Youth volleyball camp, we are up to 6 players. Continuing to promote out of town. We picked up a few of them from out of town, so that was good. Youth sports, Mascoma Youth Sports League, fall registration for soccer is open. Had a glitch with the system when it came to the K through 2 registration. That's been fixed now. We're seeing a lot of K through 2s coming through. Coaches are signing up. I have contacted the schools. The schools will be in their next newsletter, stuff like that, and we'll be having it and spreading it and posting it and getting it out there for everyone. I think we're at maybe 40 to 40.
I think it was approaching 50.
Yeah, was it?
I think.
Right. Okay. So for youth sports in the fall, it is soccer is our sport. What we are providing for grade levels is there's kindergarten, 1st and 2nd, and then there's 3rd and 4th grade teams for boys and girls, and 5th and 6th graders, individual teams for boys and girls. I was contacted by a group of pre-K parents that I'll talk to you about, but I think we'll be able to, I got an idea. So
Super.
that'll make everyone happy, and I know they'll be happy. So yeah.
How about
Coaches, it's tough because, well, what I'm finding is people will say they'll coach, but they don't register. So unless you know them, you know they'll help, but they don't get as far as registering. So I'm telling people if they would like to coach to register just like you're registering the player in the system, because that's gonna help out the list, get the contact information, and we'll go from there. We got 2 5th and 6th grade
Yeah, I saw that.
boys coaches now. Kate, the younger parents are more willing to, well, I think you coached some of my kids too, but when they're younger, you're just corralling them anyway, so
Yeah.
parent is easy to jump out
Oh, you
there and just.
Coached in the past.
Yeah,
I coached last year.
Yeah. What grade is your son
He was going to
in?
fifth.
He's in
I
fifth.
think you coached with the older kids too.
No, I never coached past 3, 4.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all a blur to me nowadays anyways. So yeah, there's that. Turf tank robot has been purchased, not purchased, it has been leased. We're doing the onboarding to get that gear. A lot of reasons for that. One reason you'll see there's 3 brand new paved new parking lots paved that will come in handy for. It'll be used for sports in the fall. A lot of little ideas that we can use that for in the town. So it's being divvied up between departments and being leased for start to see if it's something we want. So that's exciting. Got our first onboarding call tomorrow to see what the next steps are. Old Home Days. Rec Department Summer Camp has committed to the creation of a Fairy House Village located at Lakeside Park. Committee members are very excited. We'll be coming to camp to teach and guide campers on the project the week of the 21st for display on the weekend at Lakeside. A lot of buzz about it.
Yeah. Everybody seems
Lots of
excited.
buzz about it. I've never seen so much buzz about fairy houses, but they're excited. And the kids, we've been talking to the kids, and the younger kids are pretty excited, I think.
Yeah.
I heard that even older kids that are in their 70s want to make some.
Oh, wow.
Being generous want to make some, so we've opened it up to all ages.
Yeah, and I've gotten emails and calls, and I know Old Home Days Committee too, the people that want to donate supplies and products and logs and sticks and
Oh, wow.
all that stuff. So I guess Eva had like a drop-off spot for them, and stuff will be coming over to the pavilion, and there we go.
Wow.
So yeah. Advanced beginners line dancing started at the beginning of July. It is called Advanced Beginners. So
Is that Jamie Orr who's doing that?
no,
Who's doing that?
well, no. Micheline, Mickey, Michelle.
Not in New York.
No.
They used to-
No. Advanced beginner, have to know some of it. Not new to line dancing, but not,
Not intermediate.
there you go, yes. Not beginning, but not intermediate. So yeah, so they started, it is, just come and line dance from what I hear, volunteer for time, and, from what I see in the parking lot, there are some people over there, so that's exciting. RSV Bone Builders is wanting to put another class into place 2 times a week, because they are so successful. So we're working on that right now. I'm gonna have questions for you as far as when it comes to the putting it on the calendar. How do we differentiate the names of the 2 classes?
No,
or
it's the same, it's just an earlier hour.
you're not gonna tell
No.
people which one, it's just so.
The idea is that they can float between, we're opening the earlier one initially for
Right.
newbies. And after 2 weeks worth of
So how many, like, what was your last count, class?
this morning,
Yeah,
it was around 30.
okay. I knew it was a lot because when we had the parking lot half, I had to kind of direct traffic and park.
And you were very good at it, I must.
Well, thank you. It was actually kind of fun. We got them all in there. That was a successful thing.
But we also have 11 people on the waiting list.
You have the 11, so.
And we
so
have
that's
actually
great.
41 already signed up, so we're looking at
That's
it.
great. So we just have to, I just have to sign the MOU for the new class, and we're gonna start up
August
August.
5th.
Yeah. Excellent. Tacoma Beach. A great place to be, a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of, our hands are kind of tied of how much we can do to it. The raking and cleaning of debris continues. The camp was down there last Wednesday. A couple counselors, while they were there, they raked and did all that and got the debris. We have basically two big debris piles on the sides. And with our little wheelbarrow, and the runoff that comes down and just the incline, we couldn't get it up. It was gonna be too hard to get up to the top, so DPW is gonna figure something out where they can come down and pick up those piles. I don't know if it could be a machine or what, because it's pretty washed out going down to it. But raft is out there, a new ladder. I guess there's a lot of history on the ladder where the last few years it had been vandalized, and we've been putting new ladders on, and they just kept going to the bottom of the lake. So we're going to make one more attempt with a quality ladder that's put on where you'll need a tool kit to get this one off. So
I never knew there was a ladder.
yeah, it was when we put it out there, they're happy. Oh, great, everyone, we put the ladder out, we put the raft out, and then we got calls saying, but there's no ladder. People are getting swimming out there and they're tired and they can't get up on the raft. So can't win either way, but we're gonna try a ladder one last time.
Okay.
And then we'll relook at the raft. We put the buoys up, the swimming buoys up, but makes it look a little more like a beach as well. DPW put the two buoys that say no boats, swimming area, no boats or whatever. So between the raft and those buoys and the swimming buoys, I think we'll keep people off the beach from the water. So I guess some work needs to be done on the boat ramp side of the bridge due to some underwater moving of the cement of that. So what Jim's looking at seeing is if we can get a land shore permit for both sides at the same time. Ed's bringing
Mike Burns?
Mike Burns in to see what actually we can do for a tier system, what he thinks it should be there, and then thinking about how much it would cost to do that at the same time with permit. So, and we're also looking if there's any amount of sand we can bring in without permit, which I've heard both ways. So we'll see how that goes. So
So the boat launch is the town's responsibility, not the state's?
the boat launch is the town's. Yes.
Okay.
The land is. The boat launch is. The Lake Association does their surveying of boats there.
So as opposed to Crystal, the boat launch is the state?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's the way it goes.
Okay.
Hughes Park, we're looking at a cost right now in the meantime, before we know what's going on with the roundabout and any renovations that are going to go on at Hughes Park, that we're just going to asphalt the basketball court. And with the robot, we'll be able to line it as well. So at least, it's got to be leveled because one corner is way down. So we're just thinking as of right now, the best thing, probably the cheapest thing to do is just pave it with a company, someone that's in town doing a driveway or something, because it really won't take a lot. And that'll last us a few years until things are determined and all that stuff. So we can, if we fix it, they will come. If we get it to look like a true basketball court again, and get some paint down on it and stuff. So that's what we're doing with the basketball court at Hughes Park right now. We're also, the poles are bent The rims aren't, it's the poles that have bent in, and we're not quite sure if it's just from the shift, because they're cemented in there, pretty big blocks, so we don't know if they're just moving in, or if they were like that before, and the backboards were just shimmed a little bit. So
So as someone who grew up there, I
Yeah.
can tell you they were straight.
they were straight.
So,
Yeah, I think that those poles have been in there a while, so.
50 years almost.
So, definitely one thing that if we do the paving, then we will look at the backboards as well. If we just get a backboard that you can adjust the bottom,
Yep.
depending on if the pole's lean, just to make it flat, we'll do something there, but hopefully it can be, hoops that can be moved to, if we ever move it or change it or have to swap things out, that we can do that, so.
What's the ETA for that, the plan?
We're getting a quote on the asphalt. And, yeah, we'll go from there. DPW might be able to do that one corner, build up that one corner enough, so it's just the one.
Yeah.
And if not, then they might have to play with that corner a little bit to get to stick a little bit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, Hughes Park. Shaker Field, you may notice that the grass is getting a little longer out there now. The only thing we really have for the rest of the summer is 2 nights a week, high school summer soccer is there. We'd like to give the grass a little rest before fall starts up with soccer there. So they're gonna, and it's been so hot and dry and it's burnt, so they're hoping to leave it a little bit longer, just because it's really not gonna be used. I don't think the high schoolers will really mind a couple days a week if it's pretty thin right now. It's dry. It's dry out there. So you might see that a little longer. Yeah, it's just, that's all that's going on over there the rest of the year. That's all I have. My report, I'm sure I missed stuff, but that's what I think on right now. If we go to the agenda, the information only, I still have rec camp on there, summer youth sailing session 2, the KB training basketball camp. It's the week of the 21st. That's at the high school. Was it 17? 17 had signed up for that or
I
something like
think
that.
that's what he said. He didn't respond to my email,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll text him tonight.
Then we got Enfield Old Home Days, last weekend of July, youth volleyball camp. Then NY Fall youth soccer. We'll be hosting, well, Mascoma High School Sports Boosters host as a benefit for the high school soccer teams, a 3rd and 4th grade jamboree one Saturday. And that's going to be on the 4th this year. We got a movie in the park after Labor Day, and then the Tiger Run on the 26th of October. And then we're looking at Halloween. July's going by quick. So, any questions or anything else I can try to answer, or
Are we under 4, discussion of the business, or we have not got
well,
there?
about my report? Questions or follow-up or anything like that? No? Okay.
We want to get right into the park rules.
I think we should. I think it's gonna be easier than you think. We have one commission member that was so nice to just fool around with some rules that were researched.
Oh, yeah, I would call it research.
You
yeah.
call it
My
research?
assistant Thaddeus. I used artificial intelligence.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And I didn't make it one for everyone, but I just took some pictures of our rules
Yeah.
and signs and things we have around this area. Um, I think there probably is enough for everybody here. I'm sure you've seen them. But really what we're looking for here is we would like to have a common rule sign that's used in all our parks and rec areas in the town that has a section where the rules are consistent throughout the town, like no alcohol, no fireworks, I think of them as the no-brainer type things. And then go into a section that may be more location specific. Example, no dogs at Shaker Rec Fields. However, Johnston Lakeside Park off the rail trail, the dogs are on the rail trail, the dogs are down there all the time. We don't have any rules there listed or anything, so, I think Hughes Park, we do say no pets on there. I don't think that's really much enforced. I'm looking at, just taking this picture was kind of a surprise to me too as well.
There's no hours for Shaker Ball Field right now?
Yeah, that's the only sign that's there, and it's been there a while, you can tell.
Yeah.
I think the rule of thumb has been with our parks is it's dawn to dusk. Like the community building is based on the hours of the outside of Hughes Park and stuff like that as well. I mean, I found this on the road headed up to the parking lot at the beach. It's total opposite. It's closed from dusk till dawn, right? So it's just total opposite of the other ones, but the same. But I think, we could safely say that the hours of operation are probably the same at any outside rec area, right? But
I mean, I could see Hughes Park maybe being a little later because it's lit, right? So I mean, people maybe play basketball later.
the parking lot's more lit.
Yeah, I mean, it has a little, depends what Mother Nature's providing, actually.
Yeah.
So it's not that
And,
big.
and I think what he sees this kind of being is us brainstorming, kind of thinking what the rules would be. And then we look at town ordinances to see if we're,
Jiving.
if we're jiving or we're saying something totally different, and then him bringing those to the select board for approval there. And then he'd like to see, nice quality signs that have the Enfield logo on them that, look nice, hopefully are more durable. I got the contact that the cemetery uses for their signs, and hopefully we can do all that and do it the right way. But I think this is probably the first brainstorm session on what we probably think what I say no-brainer or common sense throughout the town rules, which when I first think of them, I think of no alcohol. I think one thing is not weird. Changes in a lot of different areas is signs may say no smoking, but then you have a designated smoking area.
Yeah, which that does not make any sense to me.
So my pushback would be, are we going to smoke at our parks or not? And maybe there's a story, maybe there's a
I don't
story,
think it makes much sense. And I'm
maybe
talking-
there's a story behind the designated areas that I don't know about, the reason we did it.
My sense is that it's just giving in, and they figure people are going to do it, so you're giving them a place to do it. I think it doesn't make any sense to me, so.
Um,
You just
No alcohol. That's definitely a town ordinance. I mean, we can't drink in public, so. I know Amy brought this up once, she saw fireworks
They did fireworks this year because I actually stopped at Shaker Field and watched them.
on the beach.
No, at Shaker Field.
They did them at Shaker
Yes,
Field.
they did at Shaker Field.
Is that a permit?
You know, I didn't ask. We were down, we were at the bridge and we decided to leave because there was stuff down at that end. And then,
Were they pretty good or were they just bottle rockets?
some of them were good. Before we got there, they were good. They had a few problems when we actually arrived.
Was it from the parking lot or on the field?
It was on the field. So it was on between the field and the dog park. So that area.
Well, I'll give them a little, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and Amy found some garbage from fireworks on the beach, so. Fireworks are probably a good one. Do we agree on alcohol?
What about, events where people have a fundraiser or a wedding or something that the pavilion and
Yeah, that
Lakeside Park.
we don't allow. The only place we do allow alcohol is in the community building if they have a signed insurance waiver saying we aren't responsible, you know.
Yeah.
But all of our parks are considered public parks, which means even in a private event, there's no alcohol outside.
Okay.
As far as I know, unless they're doing it with, no, like, we rent Lakeside Pavilion, Lakeside, and I know in the rules there it says no alcohol. Hughes Park Pavilion. It's on the signs, it's on it. Any of our rentals, it does say no alcohol, well, outside rentals, I will say park rentals. And when we do rent like Lakeside Park or Hughes Park Pavilion and stuff like that, you know, I tell them, and it's well known that you are renting like the gazebo or you're renting the shelter. You're not, the park's not closed for you. It is a public park there. You should expect people around. However, at Lakeside Park, the rental is for the gazebo, which is the shelter, or, you know, but, you know, people will be flying down the rail trail, or people might be looking at the flowers of the fairy houses, who knows, right? So, yeah, that's kind of the rule of thumb with our outdoor rentals.
the only other one that I can think of would be Universal, and it seems wordy to say, please deposit all trash appropriate. Why not just say no littering?
Yeah.
But
Well,
the rule used to be that.
and there's a lot of places too where you'll see, what's this, the carry out. But I think since we put those up, we put the black garbage receptacles around like a Shaker Fields and at the beach and now here where there is recycling and garbage that the guys go around and pick up every day.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of, you know, we're saying carry in, carry out, which is always awesome, but we also are providing receptacles as well, so.
Yeah, I'm just saying shorthand for that would be.
I like,
littering.
it says
Yeah.
trash, please pack out when you pack in, or use provided trash receptacle.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. It's perfect. I do like that.
Right, that's sort of
Covers
Yeah.
both bases.
covers both
Right.
ways, yeah.
But my feeling is people aren't gonna stand in front of a sign for a long time. So the shorter and sweeter you can keep it, the better. The more likely those rules are to sink in.
Yeah,
That's just my feeling.
on the pet thing, I mean, how do you guys feel about pets? In our parks?
Well, I mean, nobody likes to step in animal waste.
Right.
especially when they're trying to play soccer.
Right, well, yeah, like,
For example.
I'm an adamant, you know, dogs should not be allowed on sports fields, right? It's, we have to put up with geese as it is. Animals we can control, you know, really shouldn't be. And of course, you always see them out there still at Shaker.
You need the dog park right there.
Even with a nice dog park
Some of
right
the
there.
youths who live in those places over Shaker, they walk right across the field to the dog park.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
But when we're talking about like other places, do you feel the same? Like we shouldn't have?
Oh, I
Wow.
completely agree, but I would add to this, and being recorded, the police actually need to do something if they see someone, and I realize they don't see it all the time.
Right.
You can't,
Right.
they need to stop and actually stop them.
Right.
So there needs no sense of having a rule if it's not gonna be enforced.
Yeah.
Talking with Ed too, we do not have a leash law.
Really?
I think it's a control
Yeah.
your animal law.
Yep.
But yeah, we do not have normal leash law, which kind of makes it even.
Is that one at the state level?
I haven't really looked into it. I know when Ed and I first started talking about it, and we were talking about no pets, he said there is a unique thing in this town where we don't have a.
Yeah, I think it just
on
says
the
you have
leash.
to have them in control, and then,
Control,
and then
which
define how they're.
It's a big
Yes.
So you can
difference
say
on
that my
the
dog.
definition of controlled.
Verbal commands and you're okay?
I guess, so, I mean, I know mine doesn't listen to me, but that would pass that test.
Well, like, for example, Lakeside Park, I mean, are we worried about, because a lot of people bring dogs there and maybe like.
Well, there's a dog swimming area there.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to have no.
I
pets
guess-
and then have dogs swimming.
One thing I was surprised about too, and maybe this was on purpose, was, you know, Lakeside Park's our newest area and there is no rules listed there. I drove around, Leb to all their parks. They don't have rules listed for their specific parks. They have a lot of signage and stuff like that, but not here's the rules for this park. And I don't know, I'll ask around, but I don't know if that's on purpose or they just don't.
I
But
mean,
that,
to be honest with you, I mean, a lot of this thing is just common sense. I
absolutely,
mean, it's, part of me wants to just, and I'll just say it, it's silly to even have some of these things. You
yeah,
should just know. I mean,
right,
I mean, it's, so that being said, I understand, yeah.
right.
One of the things I was thinking we could do is if we needed to have rules, you know, if that's what the team wanted, they could
Yeah.
be posted on the Recreation Commission website. And then all you need at the parks is a QR code, questions about our rules and regulations. And then the appropriate person could change them.
Right.
Not change, you know. And then we don't have to make, you know,
That assumes you have your phone with you all the time though. And some
yeah,
people
I
don't.
think every day, more and more people have their
The
phones.
kids
with them all
will,
the
they
time.
don't care about the
Yeah,
rules.
so- I mean, I don't necessarily drive 40 between my house and 89. And there aren't always signs everywhere I am, however.
Right,
However, somebody may want to talk to me about my choices,
right.
and that's okay.
And I guess,
I can't outrun
I should ask too, do we
So,
need to go down the road of having signs because there's a liability that if we don't have it said somewhere that something can't be done and something happens, they can say, well, I didn't know.
Well.
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, so getting just follow, I mean, yeah, people don't have common sense. So,
Right.
yeah, you kind of have to have.
Right.
So,
that's why I'm like, you have the rules,
Yeah.
and just post one sign.
Okay.
Liability wise,
I like that idea.
people are gonna.
And
see
if
what
we
it
want
shows.
to make signs for our parks, they can be more.
we just, out of curiosity, we talk about liability and stuff.
Yeah.
What about the beach? Is there anything down there that says no lifeguard on duty or
At your
anything
own
like that?
risk. Some of those things might be more important than.
And I mean, oh, the other thing is the lifeguard chairs are being taken out too. So,
I didn't see it the last time I went by, but I wasn't exactly looking for
they're there.
Okay.
They're chained and bolted in there. They'll but they're in fairly good shape, so could be able to use them again if we ever need to, but, so yeah, I mean, do we, things like that, like, should we have a sign? It seems like we have a lot of little signs, but nothing in one place. You'll see a carry in, carry out, and then you'll see a designated smoking area, and then you might see a sign that just says no cars on the field, and just all around. I don't know if their thinking was to just have one, or I think that's a great way to kind of look at it, where we just have all of our rules and list them and not post them. And if we want to have nice signs welcoming people to our parks, we can.
Yeah, I like the sign at Lakeside Park. It sort of tells the story.
Yeah,
Where is that? It's been a while
It's-
since I've been down.
It's in the porta potties.
Is it?
I have this.
I know they're porta potties. I utilize the porta potties. I'll
We
show
got this
that.
great,
I wanted to, because of this, I wanted to read what they
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Yeah. And I read the whole thing. I even took a picture.
but then,
It has
but you don't,
information on the rail trail and
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
So
but not necessarily, here's what you can do, here's what you can't. During the sailing club, there was probably 8 people swimming on Lakeside Park, at Lakeside Park. And they just shut the lights off down there, so. Cause it doesn't say no
No,
swimming.
it doesn't.
But we always see people, like, my husband and I will go there and have a picnic sometimes at night. There's always someone swimming. It's really the dirtiest place.
Dogs can swim, they got their own
It's the
place.
dirtiest place in the lake though, because the river empties out there. So if people knew that, I'm not sure they'd want to be swimming in it, but
I also swim in rivers.
sometimes the Mascoma can get kind of dirty.
All right, so, okay, that was a good talk on,
Do we have a consensus?
I mean, I think some questions were raised on how we want to go about this. Should we, is it common sense? Can we just list them for somewhere for them to be able to go see them? Or do they want them in each location with specific to that location's rules? I don't really, is there any real big rules off the top of your head that are like, just stick out and say, whoa, it's different at this place, other than dogs at Lakeside?
in Lakeside Park, there's a boat launch there, but it's only for non-motorized.
Yeah.
But there's a sign there that says non-motorized
Mhm.
vehicle launch only or boat
Yeah.
launch only. That's all I can think of.
That's really all I saw there too.
Right, that's all I can.
Everything else is more informational, like the sailing club.
Yeah,
You know, that-
right, yeah.
So
Here's the
well, it's a
trail.
great sign
Yeah,
structure they have, but it's all kind of information for other organizations and stuff.
maybe need a window cleaner as a business.
So this says shoes are required at Hughes Park.
Yeah. so
That's probably not true for the beach.
There you go.
You go, right? Yeah.
All I can tell you with camp going on there, it's not true right now
Oh, boy.
either.
It's today.
You can't keep shoes on kids at camp. Yeah,
I mean, the reason for that is probably to protect kids' feet from glass or something.
I might do some investigating work and just see when and who did this.
All the others seem like they would fly pretty much everywhere.
How can a kid not climb a tree?
That's-
I mean, it is from 1950, some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that rule.
Yeah, I mean, right, you're right, well, the ones on Hughes Park are pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
except the shoes.
Well, there is that swing off of the rail trail that's tied to a tree.
Yes.
But that's.
Is that the one that
that's-
breaks?
That's not town stuff though.
They're gonna try to do something better there, I think, the rail trail.
I mean, you're talking the one
The rope
before the,
Yeah.
Johnson property.
Oh, okay.
Really bad erosion there.
I
Yeah,
think, yeah, that's the problem.
apparently there are communication wires underneath that. That
Are there?
are in danger of being exposed, yeah.
I know Rockefeller's working with the rail trail,
There's something. I know you're
like
talking about.
statewide group, rail trail, like who owns it, and he's a really nice guy, and they're trying to figure something out there, but the erosion is what's really worrying it, we're figuring it out, so. Okay, well,
Friends of the Northern Rail Trail.
yeah, Friends of Northern Rail Trail, yeah, I think so.
Discover the trail from Bosquen to Lebanon. Friends of the Northern Rail Trail. New London.
Okay, so I got some
Sorry.
good questions to go back to the other side here. Comes the signs.
I'm kind of curious why Lebanon doesn't have signs, if it's on purpose.
Maybe, and I went over to Maxwell Field too. I couldn't get all the way back to like the play structures basketball courts area because they're doing some construction and it's
Okay.
pouring and stuff.
Yeah.
But like when you first come in, there was no rules anywhere. At where the skate park is, down by the underpacks there was no rules, even at the skate park, there was nothing. There was a nice, sort of like Lakeside Park where they had a nice information, and there was great things on there, but it had nothing to do with lead rec. And then I went to the one on Sun Hill, Civic.
Yep.
Civic, nothing there. So I'll look into that.
Every year they posted rules, I'd have to enforce them.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. All right, so those, I mean, okay. I think we got somewhere. I think I feel how you're feeling. I think I kind of know what you, right? We're kind of like common sense versus, no.
Well, it's like a tool for people that, if you see somebody doing something inappropriate, you'd be like, it says right here, no alcoholic beverages.
Right. Okay.
By order of the selectmen.
And the Enfield Board of Selectmen is the biggest font of the whole thing. Okay. I have some questions to bring back that I will have clarification for when it comes to rules next time. I know this wasn't we want this done quick type one. I think once we figure it out, like when we talk about the budgeting process for signage, like the cost of signages for next year, it'll come up more.
Mhm.
But I think we should probably move on to, it's already 7:30. We got a little more time. Okay, let's talk about the parks and big picture and what we think we want to someday have here.
I do have a question about you.
Yes,
Where would the family fair go if the Hughes Park was not?
don't take that into consideration when we're talking about that.
Okay, because it's not a town.
If we had, what I want you to do is think of this as if we had, space wasn't an issue.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say if money wasn't an issue, because we could say NBA arena, or something like that, but if space wasn't an issue, or thinking about pushing anyone else out of what is certain right now happening, I just kind of want to, like, you guys have done the sticky note and brainstorming before, right?
Mhm.
Just, you know, if I want to say basketball court, okay, basketball court, that's something someone thinks we need. Or if you say sheltered pavilion at Shaker Field, and make that one. So you guys can take as many. I'll give you the pretty ones. As many of those as you want, and just start thinking of things you think in our parks and rec areas here in Enfield that you think the residents need, want, enjoy, would make it a better place. There's no wrong answers.
Well, I can't help thinking about maintenance. Or
Don't think about me.
it's hard not to.
Now, at some point when we're doing this brainstorming, maintenance might take it off a list somewhere, but right now. And think of this as, we're not saying where they're going, just,
Oh, just things, don't assign, okay, there you go, all right, I got it.
Todd, there you go.
Oh, so
Well, we don't have-
just
I'm
one
not-
idea on each thing?
if there's two of them, don't look at everyone else's. If we see two people say basketball court, we're gonna put them together at the next step.
Trying to think of some of the things they have on cruise ships, but I've never been on one, so I have no idea.
I just went on one in April,
Okay.
and they have
Are some of those things-
lots of stuff, and lots of stuff I'm not interested
I don't think a cruise ship fits on that small lake.
in.
No, that's-
I can also get up, I don't know, like,
No.
I don't have my steps
There-
up
there are
today.
No,
Yeah.
no order whatsoever.
Another one.
Everyone, one per.
Oh, one per, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
It's okay, I didn't, did you do more on
I,
the?
well, I, not really, like I explained it, like I wrote playground, and I defined what a playground means to
Oh.
me.
That's okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Playground.
playground.
That's a great thing. If we all say playground, then we gotta decide what we want in the playground.
Water flood.
So we're doing things that we already have also.
Can be, certainly.
Well, I mean, if we don't go for playground, is it gonna disappear?
My feeling is everywhere we have, there should be a playground. Example, Shaker Field.
Yeah.
Older kids are playing soccer all day, the little guys got nothing to do
Yeah.
but hang out. There's a playground, it'd be one less thing. I mean,
So, do we have ideas that we don't want? Specifically pickleball. I say no pickleball.
You can't say, I don't want, no, these are things we.
That's fair.
I just wrote pickleball, but
No.
Sherman,
You should write it.
You do what you want. I just have a thing against them. I just don't like them.
I don't like what?
Pickleballs.
You don't like.
I don't like them in general.
You don't like the
Loud.
sport.
I've
you
found the
don't like the-
people, I found the people who play it to be a little, I won't say anything else. So
It's one of those things they.
that's just my experience. That's my experience.
I mean,
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Horseshoes. Didn't even think of that.
I don't know, the cornhole needs to have its own, like, I think you don't need that.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
Cornhole is,
huge, and I think it makes money.
Yeah.
cornhole
fun.
is a great fundraiser for organizations looking to, because cornhole has, there's this, what's the name of
You
the
told me that. I
software?
don't remember what it
Cornholio?
Yes.
Yes, it's Cornholio.
That's the real name.
It's a software. It's Cornholio, where you register, pay, do all your things online. And it's a tournament system that sets the tournament all up. So the day you come, you just gotta set up 8, 9
Thing, yeah,
cornhole pits or whatever they're
yeah,
called.
yeah.
And off they go.
Yep.
Right? And like, the boosters will have parents bring in potlucks and they have concessions. And these cornhole, like, they go around every weekend looking for tournaments in different areas. They'll travel all around the state and there's a big network. So
Oh, yeah.
once a year, we used to do a basketball fundraiser, just a cornhole tournament. And it was pretty easy. So, all right, anybody got any more? This is it.
It's quite a
This is
few.
it?
It's quite a few.
Okay, so now what we do is we go. What?
Oh, I didn't put anything up for myself.
Paved surface for
Tai
Tai
Chi.
Chi, okay.
No.
All right.
Fighting green, huh?
Wow.
I don't know why we don't have a fishing event.
What?
At the lake and remember, do they have any tournament? Like, I know they have bass
Oh, yeah,
tournaments,
fishing derby.
but not, that's like a organization that does it.
Yeah.
You don't have a
I don't
town
think it's
fishing.
town thing.
Was this your playground?
How much easier is that?
Well, I think we all agree on the playground, but there's another vote.
So if we, how about, we say playing a playground, sandbox,
Playground.
playground. Do we need to keep all those together, you think?
I think so,
Good?
yeah. Mrs. Crosby's a nanny. So
Yeah,
what makes a good park? Sandbox. Never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
We have cats, so I know what happens.
Girl Scouts wanna come in. Once Girl Scouts starts back up, or maybe it's brownies on, they want to expand our sandbox at Hughes Park and they wanna make it handicap accessible.
Yeah, I think that's good too. Yeah, accessibility, I think.
Yeah, because there is certain ways to do that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna get back in a splash pad.
If you get happy with the Girl Scouts, I have a little thing with the Girl Scouts. I let them come in and sell cookies in the dining hall.
Okay.
They get pizza when they do it, but the Girl Scout troops that do it tend to be very high earners. Not just because of me.
How come we're not reading any of Jamie's?
James said skate park, skateboard park. How do we know they're Jamie's?
You gave me the green one.
Recreation center with basketball courts, weight room and pool. Good basketball court and
Baseball fields.
baseball.
Baseball fields, good baseball fields would be good too. I forgot that. Can you
Slide
do,
into
this is
lake.
ignorance, can you do softball,
Yeah,
baseball,
go out
could you
to
have one? Could you have one? Not, cause
Which
softball,
would be cool.
the mound is different in
Yeah, there
softball,
isn't a mound.
You can't, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You kind of can,
But
but,
it's not gonna work for real
well,
softball.
depends, yeah.
good basketball court with baseball fields,
Mhm.
rec center, skateboard park, paved surfaces for Tai Chi, 2 tennis courts, 2 pickleballs, cornhole, horseshoes, putting green, townwide fishing derby, cross-country skiing, room trip. Yeah, playground, we got playgrounds and such, splash pad, ice roller skate rink, and slide into lake. Not sure for those, you're gonna put any more up, you can't. That's things you didn't
Could you
forget.
do anything with the rail trail in the winter? Could you groom that?
It becomes a snow machine.
Yeah.
It's a snow.
They,
It becomes a racetrack. It
Yeah,
becomes dangerous.
Some
No, I
people,
didn't think of that,
some people do get out there with their cross country.
Yeah, but
skis.
it's your,
you
do it at your own.
It's not like the room.
That's what I was.
Last light used to have cross-country.
Back when we had good snow,
Yeah.
I think Shaker Field is not used at all in the winter, and you could put a nice track, a cross-country track, right around the outside.
Snowmaking equipment then. It's definitely cold enough up here. You got the lake, pull the water from the lake.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Um, All right, what do we do now? Is there anything else we want to add there that you didn't think of, but you want, I mean,
You did say.
I wish everyone was here, because we'd have so many more, like, it would look good, because there'd be so many of them that we could have discussions, but you guys pretty much hit it. Well, okay, let's talk about this, so this will be next month, I will continue on to this. So, we got 2 pickleballs we got 2 pickleballs in the tennis courts. Where would they go? Where do you think they should go? Where could we?
Yeah. Could they go between, I'm sorry, between Shaker Field and the dog park?
That is our land.
Who owns the dog park, by the way? Is that town property or is that?
I think we lease it.
I would lose it.
I know that area is kind of wet, but maybe we could build some sort of drainage for
Yeah, we were talking about if we put some kind of courts in there. And I don't think we would necessarily try to flatten it out anymore. We would just build it up.
it.
But I don't know, yeah, way back in the day, there was a rugby field there too. I mean, it wasn't the best, but they did play rugby, I think, on Sundays there.
Yeah, they did for a couple of years.
Yeah. But then that's stuff like that. So if we said tennis court, how do we picture Hughes Park and Shaker Field?
I kind of see, but again, remember, I'm new to the town. Shaker being the athletic field. Like I almost see us being able to build a giant track on the outside, having soccer in the middle, but then I also like having baseball diamonds out there too. Kind of getting rid of the baseball diamond here, so I don't think you could have a track. You could have a track with soccer in the middle, but then I don't think there's space for a couple of baseball diamonds.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to bring school stuff in there. Isn't it on the agenda, the schools are trying to get a track in there or something? Isn't that something they've been trying?
I think their problem is space.
Okay.
They can't find a dry place without getting rid of, you would think around the soccer field, like the high school field, closer to the road would be the place.
Yeah.
But then you don't have baseball and softball.
Yeah, that's the thing, like I
And
think.
like around the football field is just way too wet. I think they did have someone come in and take a study and basically say that your fields are underneath are very wet field.
How wet is Shaker Field? Is that a real wet? area.
One of the corners gets a little bit,
Comparatively, yeah.
not on playing
The
surfaces,
playing
never.
surface is fine.
What a little investigation before I was here found out was, you know, the parking lot's high and then you go down to the fields. How they paid for the fields was they took the fill from the lower area and sold it to pay for the fields, I guess. So that's why something to do there, but, it gets wet.
Yeah.
I think right now the problem is we need to grow grass on it better. It's just getting tired. So we want someone to come in and tell us, like, what should we plant, when we should do it, when it should be plugged, how it should be, how can we be nicer to it? It gets us through soccer, just barely. Baseball's kind of fine.
It'll be
But-
tired by early October. They're looking really high.
Yes,
It's not
The goal.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, so.
I wish we could, well, maybe with a robot would be easier. Move the fields around every so often to keep, because it'd be nice to just be able to move goals and let the goalkeeper dig up somewhere different each time.
Yeah.
Can the robot erase one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it has green paint.
Maybe.
That's the robot too. They also sell a line cleaner.
So when you think of Hughes Park versus Shaker, you think more sports,
Well, not-
sports, not complex, but sports fields.
I think a
Or-
shaker is more sports fields, but different, like I see the cornhole. I see
So you
tennis. I know, but I don't
You
look at
think cornhole inside or outside?
outside, but I didn't even think about.
Yeah, it's-
They have a great, well,
I mean, a rec center, I mean. a
Because
rec
they
center.
do, they used, to- I don't know if they still do, they used to, I think.
Canaan had a heck of a tournament.
Well, Wednesday nights,
league.
they used to play over.
Yeah, whenever I drive by, at night when I drive by that kind of Cannon field, I see people out there till like 10 o'clock.
They're
at night
probably
Horseshoes.
Oh,
Ten-
okay, yeah,
ten-
I mean,
yeah.
they could be doing cornhole like.
No, I think you're
There's
right.
probably 10 pits there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of them, just. lining
Did I say
up.
cornhole or horseshoes when I started?
You said cornhole, but
Okay.
you know, if you had, I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of envisioned if you had cornhole, you'd have horseshoe, then a space where you could kind of set up cornhole in between I don't know how, like, I'm not a logistic person, but you'd kind of combine the horseshoe, cornhole.
Probably do both. I
Yeah.
mean, cornhole will have to be removed, like
Yeah, but I think you take that with,
Take
like, you
it,
kind of
the
take it with
cornhole.
you.
fit inside a horseshoe. I don't know the dimensions.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still, every time I play cornhole, I ask what the distance is, and
Every time I
I get
play-
different
I
answers.
just go. I just go.
Personally, when I think of it too, I think the big difference between Hughes Park and Shaker for me is Hughes Park is in the middle of our town.
Right.
If you've never been to this town and you're driving through on Route 4, you see our park, right? And we all know what, I know what I've said before when I go through a town and see a gorgeous park, you know. Whatever's on, you know, whatever's there, it kind of can be first impression of the town, that place. And to see kids out playing basketball,
I
lined
think
up to
that's
play
good. The
basketball.
playground is
The
always
playground
busy.
full.
It's got a good parking.
Was it you that was saying about how there's a kid group that goes around to different playgrounds? Was that, play groups? Someone was telling,
Yeah.
someone, play groups, like pre-K play groups,
Oh,
the parents,
yeah, I know.
the parents, they have this group and they tour different towns and go to the cool playgrounds. Just to mix it up and stuff like that. I'd love to be
Yeah.
like,
I mean, Michelle has a circuit, right? Like she's got nannies because it's good to social. She's got a
Yep.
2-year-old and
Yep.
a 7-month-old. And the
Mhm.
7-month-old doesn't do too much, but it's good for the
Yep.
2-year-old to get out and meet
Yep.
other kids
Yep.
to do that. And so they've got kind of a,
Well, then,
and they're not all with nannies, like some parents, you know what I mean? It's not it's just sort of you do it for a living. You spend a lot of time at parks and
Yep.
playgrounds.
then another use would be just like a Coburn Park, just a park, where you've got the kids' playground on one side and a park where people can come and sit, maybe picnic tables and eat, plant trees. You're looking for ideas, that's another idea.
Yeah, more of a green.
Yeah.
a
I mean,
green
I haven't
park.
really seen the land. The land is, you said quasi available between here and Andrews Park. I don't know what the kind of the growth
Yeah.
potential is for.
There's a river.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, Canaan's got that nice park in the center. Vermont's very good about having green spaces in the middle of
Right,
town.
right.
Um,
I know the pavilion is popular to have like a little shelter, like to be able to get out of weather when you're at a park. The pavilion is liked a lot. It's aged, and should be rebuilt, but I think, and I think at all parks, having a gazebo,
Yeah.
a pavilion or something to get
Yeah, I
out of
think those are
weather.
important. I think those are important.
And they don't have to be cheap. I mean, expensive, they can be not lean to-ish, but, they can just be big roofs. But I know that's one thing people like in Hughes Park is to have the pavilion, the playground. The baseball field is on and off. It's not kept up for the quality it should, but no one really uses it consistently either.
That's what I'm thinking. If we
So-
need a good, I think you need a good. It's a town in America. You need a good baseball field. Like it's our national pastime. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I haven't played baseball.
I think,
Yeah.
I agree, I
Yeah.
just would feel more comfortable if we knew who was gonna play there,
Exactly,
Yeah.
right.
right?
Yeah, to put in whatever cost to build it. Yeah, I mean, it's right, we don't have any youth leagues or.
Yeah, I never really seen like a softball league playing there or anything.
No.
Do you think that?
The tough thing with softball is Canaan is so hardcore with their softball league, and then their league, that they come from all over to play in that league.
Yeah. Well, I think we should benefit on our neighbors though, too, like, we don't need to, I think we should try to compete with Canaan if they've got softball and that stuff locked up. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We could have a world-class something else. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Pickleball.
America's
Stadium.
greatest pickleball sport, you know? If you go to Grafton County in New Hampshire, you've gotta go see the pickleball course in it.
Oh, man, I started something.
I've never played pickleball, you know what I mean, so, but I think it's.
It is across the country.
No, honestly, the story behind it is I have a buddy who has a place up in Sebago Lake in
Yeah.
Maine, and 10 or whatever years ago, they started playing pickleball there. And he lives like a half a mile from the court, and it sounds like literally they're outside this door.
Yeah.
So, and I've heard people say, "Oh, they're not loud." I'm like, "No, they're crazy loud."
Yeah,
So,
that's like the biggest thing about it.
so that's kind of the genesis of my pet peeve.
Right.
And then,
When I was at the UVRA annual meeting there, we were talking pickleball courts. And one town just spent a lot of money on tennis courts.
Yeah.
And he was saying how they were asking, pickleballers were already asking, well, can you put pickleball lines on the tennis court? And that was a big fight between the tennis players and the pickleball players. They're separate. We don't want to have to switch out nets, and we don't want to have to do all this stuff, and it's different.
Yep.
So, yeah, separate courts are the way to go, I think.
And when you have those courts, then you need a kind of reservation system unless it's first come, first served, right? Or-
I was looking
And
up,
maybe your system has it.
not really, no, I don't think we ever say resident, we really don't have anything we're fighting over.
Well, like the basketball court, right?
Right, you're
I
right.
think it's
right.
just first come,
First
first
come,
served.
first
served.
Show up with the
Right.
ball and.
Yeah,
Right, I did see when I was investigating some signs where the signs would say for the town residents only,
Hmm.
which was surprising that the town would try to, like, what are they doing? Asking for proof of residency when you come to the park
This guy
that's
don't even
open to
have
the
a town
public,
sticker.
so.
and I know we need.
But I think the tennis courts in Leb have something about a limited time.
Yeah.
And that it's resident, like, city residents first come, first, first. But I think they have a couple of courts too, I don't. But then there's also towns where
you rent them out and you have to go get a key from somewhere to
Right.
get in or have the passcode to get into them and stuff like that, so. Okay, well, we got to start. I think there's more out there you guys didn't give me, but
Well, you could have put written something.
I went to, what is that park in Hanover?
The green?
No,
Right at the race school?
yeah, by the race school at Pond, it's,
oh, Stores Pond.
Stores Pond.
Yeah.
And they had a splash pad there, and that thing, so I wrote splash pad, I'm like, I
There you go.
should have. It was, I mean, they have a giant pool, and they've got a pond.
Yeah.
And a splash pad, and it was.
Yeah.
Everything was packed.
No, it's nice down there.
yeah, it's very nice.
I don't know how hard it is to build a splash pad. Just keep thinking, you can pump water, what you thought, pumping water, from like, I don't know. I mean, it's not that huge, it was about the size of a basketball court.
Yeah.
They might make an ice rink in this winter too. It's something you could probably freeze.
There's,
It's
I mean, there's splash
it's the
pads.
one that's down near.
Yeah,
the-
between the pond and
Yeah, yeah.
the pool.
I've been up there
Is this new?
years and years.
I don't know how new it was, I've only saw it for the first time, we have our,
At least 3 years ago, I think. When I first.
Trying to picture where it would be.
So it's down near where the beach is, I think.
yeah,
So there's the pool, the
Yeah.
parking lot, and
Yeah.
then in between the parking lot and the beach.
Would you like to adjourn?
Certainly. The
You
call
want
to
to talk
adjourn.
about the next meeting?
We'll set it when would the next time, but I don't even know the date. Oh, August 19th. Next meeting is August 19th. I probably won't be around.
Could you make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Second.